Well, with us now is the Eurovision superfan, Adam Robinson, and the music writer and broadcaster, Billy Sloan. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Billy, are you all caught up in the excitement?
How can I put this? No. I mean, there would have been a time in my life, you know, when we'd have been sitting as a family back in the 60s, 67, Sandy Shaw, when I was 11, you know, and it was the staple of Saturday night live programming. And, you know, I think the allure of it's sort of diminished over the years. It now seems to me to be the global event that fashion and music has forgot, unfortunately. You know, but you cannot, you know, knock the success of it because, you know, the Eurovision fans, as I'm sure Adam will tell us, are not just in the millions, but they're in the hundreds of millions. It's quite incredible.
Can you understand his scepticism? Because you just love it, Adam.
It's hard for me because, as you said, I'm a super fan. I absolutely love the competition and I've loved it for years. I used to watch it as a family growing up and then getting to go to my first Eurovision, sitting in the audience, feeling that atmosphere of, as you say, thousands of fans getting together to celebrate one big thing. I can get... It's not for everyone, but it's definitely for me.
Where was your first one?
My first one was in Malmo.
Okay, and you've been to quite a few, haven't you?
I've been to Malmo, I've been to Stockholm, and I've been to Vienna. I know people who go every single year, and it's their big holiday. They get to see places in Europe that they wouldn't have gone to before.
I mean, this is a real thing. People take it really seriously.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're not just fans; they're fanatics in every sense of the word. But you know, I was watching a bit of the, you know, the semi-finals tonight, and there was the girl on from Moldova, and I'm sure she's a very nice girl, but she looked like some kind of extra from a bad Meatloaf video. And you know, she's singing this song, and I use the word song in inverted commas. There was a lady making, you know, designs in sand on the lid of the piano. You know, I mean, you know, there must be people sitting, you know, smoking dope in places all over Scotland, having the ultimate trip. You know, what's this all about?
Wait till you see Iceland.
Incredible, absolutely incredible.
Else.
But I mean, is it actually about the music? Because it just seems so kind of off the scale. We're forgetting what it's really about.
I know it says it's a song contest in the title, but it's an entertainment programme. It's a mixture of celebrating different cultures, but different costumes, different outfits. It's a spectacle.
So it's not a music contest anymore,
well,
then?
I think it's actually taking a turn and becoming more commercially. There's a lot of songs this year that you could hear in the charts. There's more of a kind of radio sound compared to years before when it was more kind of kitsch. But it depends. You get a bit of everything.
Yeah, and it really celebrates diversity. Is that not something to be celebrated?
I think if you went to Princes Street in Edinburgh or Sauchiehall Street in Glasgow with £1 million in a bag and said to 100 people at random, sing me a verse and chorus of any British Eurovision entry in the last 15, 20 years, you would come back with the money. I mean, it's as simple as that. I mean, you know, I would like to formally make an official complaint that Casualty has been cancelled this week in BBC One. And I think that is an absolute scandal. I'll be writing to my MP about that.
Could you sing a chorus?
Yeah.
Give us a line.
Maybe not in tune, but...
Well, you could win Eurovision. You could win Eurovision. If you sing a chorus not in tune, you could be the next British winner.
I don't think that's Eurovision's fault. I think it's maybe the UK's fault. The last few years, we've been told it's the perception of the UK that's not done as well. The songs have not been that up to scratch. I think this year is more of a contender.
I mean, I know that you're so anti-Eurovision, but have you heard Michael Rice's one? You heard a bit of it earlier. Did you like it?
No, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And I mean, you know, when we talk about Eurovision now, you know, this was back in the days when, you know, when Lulu was winning it and Sandy Shaw was winning it 67 and 69. They would then go on and sell, you know, a couple of 100,000 records. Okay. You know, nobody is going to rush out on Monday morning and buy whatever the Eurovision winner is. It will never happen.
I quite like Michael Rice, I have to say. We've just got a few seconds left. Who do you think is going to win?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'd like it to be Sweden or Norway. I think Italy has a good shout. They always have a good following. Could be Russia. They always do well with the televote every single year.
I think it'll be ABBA.
We'll have to wait and see. But thank you both very much indeed for joining us this evening.